Well, hey there, food allergy mama. After 18 years of navigating food allergies and 15 years of school experience, I know just how overwhelming it can feel to hand your little one over to someone else. Trust me, I've been there. If you add food allergies to the mix, it can feel like the most stressful situation ever. But you don't have to figure this out alone. Today, I'm sharing the exact questions I would ask preschools, daycares, and schools if I were doing it all over again. These questions are designed to help you feel confident and empowered as you search for a safe and supportive environment for your child. Because I know how much peace of mind matters, I've also created a stress-relieving School Allergy Plan Template. This resource goes beyond today's questions and dives deep into what food allergy safety at school can look like. I'll tell you more about that later, so stick around. And don't miss the most important questions at the end. They could make all the difference. So grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, and let's get started. Hey food allergy mama, if you're here, you've likely experienced the scary and lonely food allergy diagnosis with your child. Unfortunately, food allergy parents aren't taught how to navigate the food allergy lifestyle, and it's easy to feel alone and discouraged sometimes. But I'm here to show you that food allergy life doesn't have to feel restrictive, scary, or isolated. I'm Karina, and I'm a 17-year food allergy mom and food allergy coach at Friendly Pantry Consulting. I specialize in making food allergy life safer and less worrisome for food allergy families like yours. I'm not perfect, but over 17 years, I've learned a lot the hard way, and I'm sharing the secrets and resources you won't hear anywhere else that will help you feel confident living with food allergies faster and easier than I did. From introducing allergens, travel, navigating school, and educating friends and family, this podcast will give you the essential tips and strategies you need to help your food allergy child and family thrive. Welcome to the show. Now's the time to empower your child so they can help keep themselves safe as they become more independent. My Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide is designed for kids aged 2 to 7 years old so they are prepared for daycare, preschool, and school. Grab it for free at friendlypantry.com/empowerment. So before we start, I want to remind you about the tone of these conversations because they really don't have to feel demanding or confrontational. Really, the key approach is a partnership. And I want to remind you that most preschools want to work with you to ensure your child is safe and your child is included. So by approaching them with kindness and collaboration, you're going to create a team of people who are invested in your child's well-being. And so the first question that I think is crucial to ask will help you get a feel for their food allergy knowledge. And this is, how do they manage severe food allergies? And I know this is really broad, but it's meant to get an idea of how much they really know and to kind of let them lead into it without you giving them hints about what you want to hear. So what they choose to talk about here is going to help you get a feeling for how allergy savvy they are. And it could give you an indication about whether they welcome kids with allergies or if it seems like they feel like allergies are going to be an inconvenience. So by asking this question first, you're able to decide if you even need to go any further in your questioning or not, especially if they don't seem overly welcoming to kids with food allergies. A couple things to listen for in the responses are, how do they manage food in all situations, from prepping to snack time and celebrations? Do they understand what cross-contact or cross-contamination is? Will your child's allergens be served to other kids around them? And if so, how do they plan to contain the allergen to ensure your child doesn't come into contact? And what are their cleaning practices when it comes to food? Do they wipe tables before and after eating? Do they wash kids' hands before and after? Do they encourage non-food rewards and celebrations? So next, if they answer in a way that really seems knowledgeable and helpful to you, then you can go into more detail with the following questions. So question number 2 is, what training does the staff take about food allergies and how often? So it's important that the provider understands preventative measures like cross-contact, especially since the possibility of cross-contact is really high when you get a bunch of littles eating together. So training needs to not only have the preventative measures, but also the reactive measures, like what to watch for when it comes to anaphylaxis. And I think a lot of people think that it's just hives and breathing problems, but really they need to know that it includes fainting, swelling of the face, tongue and lips, vomiting, diarrhea, and even excessive coughing and sneezing. Another reactive measure they need to know is how to use the epinephrine device, of course. So this training needs to happen every year. Just like everyone else, teachers need the ongoing repetition and refreshing of information so it's clear in their minds. It's not enough to have the training once and then done. So this is the same reason that CPR certification is required to be done every single year to be valid. The next important question is, where will the epinephrine devices be kept? Now, understandably, schools want to find a safe place to keep the epinephrine that is not accessible to kids. So sometimes they lean towards locking it in an office or a cabinet, but unfortunately, this is really not advisable. If a reaction happens, epinephrine needs to be administered quickly, so it should be kept in a place that's easily accessible for adults without being locked. The last thing that should happen is for teachers searching for a key when a reaction is happening. And what happens if the person with the key has gone for lunch or is sick that day? The time wasted trying to get to the life-saving epinephrine could be fatal. Epinephrine should never be locked away. It needs to be easily accessible by all teachers and caregivers. Question number 4 is, what is the snack policy? So in one preschool, we had a situation where the preschool allowed parents to bring snacks for the entire class. And this was problematic because trying to educate every single parent about allergy safety issues like cross-contact is really difficult. Another situation that you might run across is having each parent provide the snack for their child, or another situation is where the preschool provides the snack for the entire class. So in every situation, the teacher in school needs to ensure that your child gets the right food and doesn't accidentally eat another child's snack. So how is this going to happen? What are the processes they have in place to ensure allergy-friendly snacks are made without cross-contact? And how will the school ensure your child doesn't accidentally grab another child's food? Question number 5 is, how do they celebrate in the classrooms? So is there food like cake and treats involved during celebrations? And if so, who's going to provide it? Is it the parents? And if allergens are present, how are they going to make sure your child is included? One thing I really had no idea about when my girls started preschool and school was that it's not enough to just ensure that your child doesn't eat their allergens, because one of the most difficult things to deal with is your child feeling left out or lonely. Celebrations that focus on food instead of activities and fun are very difficult for food allergy kids to understand because it specifically excludes them. In my opinion, any celebrations at school should be non-food focused and activity based, or they should be safe for every single child. Otherwise, why are we celebrating? We want to celebrate with good things to eat and delicious things that our kids like, but by excluding people specifically, it's really going against the whole reason for celebration. Question number 6 is, are there curriculum activities that involve food? And will they include your child's allergen? If so, are they able to remove this from the curriculum and substitute it with something else? Or can they let you know in advance so that you can help them figure out something safe? Asking this question forces them to consider their curriculum activities through the view of food allergies. Question number 7 is, where will your child's emergency plan be kept, and how will they make sure that each teacher and staff member sees it? Okay, when my girls were starting preschool, I didn't even know there was such a thing as an anaphylaxis emergency plan. I actually don't think there was one at that time. So we have come a long way. Now I realize that the anaphylaxis emergency plan is one of the most essential tools for allergy safety. I send one for every field trip to every teacher, and I always have an updated one on file at the school. The great thing is that these plans have a place to put a picture of your child on top so teachers can see who has the allergy, and it's especially important for those substitute teachers and caregivers when they come into the classroom. But emergency plans will not be helpful unless they can be accessed and looked at by every teacher or caregiver who comes into contact with your child. In this way, it's important to have it in a spot where teachers will look at it and use it, including substitute teachers. Question number 8 is, what are their hand washing procedures? So wouldn't it be great if we knew that every single kid in your child's class never ate their allergen? It would be really great, but it really isn't possible to expect it or to enforce it. So instead, the next best thing is to make sure that every kid has their hands and face wiped as they arrive, and that they wash their hands before and after every single snack. Not only does this help with allergies, but it reduces germs and the passing on of the flu and colds as well. So what do you need to do next if you're sending your allergic child to preschool, daycare, or school? If this is you, these questions are a really great start, but there are more to consider. Many years ago, I created a template of the questions I asked the teacher every single year. If there was a problem or the teacher didn't understand it, I would add to the template or reword the questions so that they would be more clear. After 15 years, I now have a thorough 10-page template that has 15 years of experience behind it. Now, when I meet our teacher every fall, everything is one spot and I feel organized and ready. I'm confident that I'm not missing anything, that the teacher won't be overwhelmed with information, or that I'll feel like I'm demanding, and the school year will start off right and only get better. This low-cost template works for your preschool, your daycares, and schools in USA and Canada. You can even use it as a starting point for your 504 plan. You can grab this low-cost 10-page school food allergy plan template at www.friendlypantry.com/school. If I can leave you with one thing from this episode, I want to give you the courage to ask these questions and have high expectations. It's okay to challenge a school about food allergies if you do so in a kind and collaborative way. Speaking up and advocating will only increase awareness and make the school better. Asking the right questions will give you essential information that helps you keep your child safer and save many misunderstandings and frustrations later. I encourage you to trust your instincts and choose a school where you feel heard and supported. Finding a school that's open to learning and partnering is key. What are your experiences with school? Do you have any questions? If so, send me a message on Instagram at Friendly Pantry. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and bye for now. Before you go, Mama, if you love this episode and want deeper support, head over to friendlypantry.com to see how we can partner together to keep your food allergy child safer and worry less. There's no need for wasting time searching all over Instagram, TikTok, and the web to get the practical knowledge you need for your family. While you're there, grab your free Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide or the newly diagnosed checklist today. Topics are not medical advice and are the opinions, views, and property of Friendly Pantry Consulting Incorporated. All rights reserved. Always contact your board-certified allergist immunologist for health advice.